guys, welcome back for another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Antoine and I hope you're doing fantastic today. So today I'm back for with another video, and today I'm back at my local skate park, so Skatepark of CA, which it's a park I used to go to a lot back in the days, and like a month or two ago, and I completely stopped coming here except for this one time during like skate contest we had there, because it was amazing. But I kind of stopped coming here for one single reason. Basically, I started taking more gaps and impacts, and there's not a lot of stuff which you can jump off of here, except for like some quarter pipes, but which are pretty weird. So I was not really into coming to this park this past few months, but today I'm kind of forced to come here, I'd say, because a couple of days ago in Geneva, which was my last session, I got a pretty bad heel bruise. So basically doing a backside 360 off of that ledge right there, and the back free itself felt amazing, but the heel bruise I got on it, I didn't feel it that well the day of the thing, so I kept on skating. But then my heel was basically like blue on double the size it's supposed to have, and I couldn't skate for about a week. So that's like kind of a bummer. Today I'm starting to skate again, but I don't want to injure it right away, sometimes when you get injured it's better to like take it slow at first, even though it's frustrating and stuff, to then come back stronger. And today, therefore, I made the choice to not tempt myself and not go to the skate park where there's a lot of stuff you can jump off of, but instead go to my local skate park, which I love to. There's a lot of stuff to do here. I'm gonna try to learn new tricks and to basically have some fun on my first session in a week. But anyway, that's basically what we're gonna be doing today. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to talk a bit with you guys about something that I think it's gonna maybe help some of you guys. I don't know, for the beginner like skater out there, or people that just are starting to go to skate parks, I think it's gonna be helpful. It's basically like some unspoken rules that skate park have, that you should probably follow if you want to come to skate park, to keep basically everyone safe and to have the best experience out there and make friends and not haters. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about all throughout this video. But first off, time to skate, time to get warmed up. First session I've had in a week. It's gonna feel amazing. So let's go, guys. See you in a couple of seconds on the ball, warming up and getting ready to learn some new trick afterwards. Let's go.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Yo guys, so first part of the session is actually officially done. It was honestly hella fun. Like, I love this park honestly. It's been a while that I haven't been there, so it felt good to meet up with the homies from here and to actually just like have fun over there. And I even got to land a couple of new tricks actually. This take it on the bank, this holly in the ball which my buddy pushed me to land actually. He did extra huge like front side air on one side and back side air on the other side, and it was like it was the first time he tried the back side air, so it was like, yeah, if I land that, you gotta try it. So I had to give it a try and landed it, so it felt amazing. I suck at balls, so felt good to actually land that. And overall it was a fun warm-up part like for this session. And right now I'm gonna get into the topic of this video, so talk a bit about the couple of things you should never do at the skate park. And we're gonna start with the obvious, so do not snake people. Like when the homie is trying a trick, even though you're trying one, your trick is not more important than theirs, and you're very focused, but they are too, so snaking them is only gonna make them angry, and you're only gonna make enemies doing that. So do not do that at the skate park. That's kind of like an unspoken rule, but I think that everyone in the skate park knows that. It makes sense. So basically, just before you drop in, look to your right, to your left to see if anyone is dropping in. If someone is coming towards you, like, don't drop in, just wait for him to go by, and that's gonna be I think everything you can do to avoid that, just take care basically about your surroundings and everything's gonna go smooth. I mean, if you snake someone, it happens sometimes. I know it happens to me. It's just like, you know, say sorry, don't be a jerk, just like don't, you know, think that you weren't right and that the other person was like, of course, in the wrong because you dropped in and it was like, you know, it was in your way too. It's just like, always think that you're in the wrong so that at least you get new buddies and not like, you know, enemies from snaking someone in. I mean, like, honestly, if you can get a buddy from snaking in, that's pretty cool. But I mean, it happened to me, so I know that's pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, that's the first rule. Then second rule, and it's gonna be a lot less like, it's gonna be like, you know, pretty easy too. I mean, like, it's pretty obvious too, but I know that some people do it, and it's usually when you're a beginner and you go to the skate park for the first time, I mean, you don't know that you can't really do that. But I mean, it makes kind of sense. I mean, when you're gonna hear it, it's just like don't sit on the things people are supposed to skate. So even if it looks like a bench, that's probably not a bench. That's just like, you know, a feature of the park. I mean, just like don't sit on things people trying to skate. It just like makes everyone angry, and that's not gonna be like, you know, getting you new friends to actually do that. So just don't sit on that. Just try to find a big table, maybe on the side or in the grass. Just put your board down and just sit on it, and it's gonna be good. So that's the second thing. And do not sit on stair set because someone might actually ollie it, and if they ollie over you, it's gonna be pretty scary, and they might even actually mess with you a bit. So that's just like, I mean, like the board might eat you. So that's what I mean by messing with you. But yeah, I mean, do not do that. That's not a good thing, and actually it's not gonna get people bothered, and it's not gonna get you friends. So that's like the second thing. And actually, I mean, like, if you want to break all these rules, go for it. I mean, there's no rules in skateboarding. It's just like it's not gonna get you friends. You're gonna be like a loner, and people are not gonna want you in a skate park, and you're probably gonna, you know, think that skaters are haters, but they are not. It's just that you kind of like, you know, look like a joke to them. So that's it. And actually that's the third rule that I'm going to be talking about is like, don't be a jerk. Like, the skate park is basically like any other places. So if you're like cool with people, they're going to be cool with you. And if you're like, you know, an asshole, if you just don't talk to people, if you put your like, you know, your AirPods in and just like don't want to talk to anyone, no one's gonna talk to you. And I mean, people are gonna think that you're a weirdo or that you're a loner, and they're not gonna want to talk to you. I mean, it's fine sometimes to, you know, want to try a trick and put AirPods in and stuff, but try to talk with a couple of dudes, like, you know, they are gonna be cool, they could become your friends, so that's always good to do. I mean, fourth rule, so that's gonna be the last one before going back to skating, and it's gonna be just like, don't walk rails that people are skating. Like, I mean, I know it might sound weird to you, but basically if someone is skating a rail, I mean, if no one's skating the rail, go for it, walk it, but if someone is skating the rail, just don't do it because they're used to it being as sticky as it is, and if you do that, it might mess them up like completely, and they might have been like, you know, like 2 minutes away from landing a brand new trick and being stoked about it, and it might, you know, start the process all over again. So that's not a nice thing to do. Instead, I mean, if the rail is too sticky for you, just wax your board. It's gonna do the same thing, and that actually works kind of good. So let's go. Right now, time to skate again. I mean, I'm gonna do a couple of tricks on the rail myself. I'll catch you guys back in a couple of seconds. Let's go. Yo guys, so the session has been going on now for like a couple of hours. I mean, like, honestly, I didn't do that many tricks on the rail. It was like very fun, but not waxed at all. So I did what I could. I mean, I attempted a crooked grind, got the worst bail on it. So I mean, I'll come back on it. Like, it's a trick I usually get, so I'm not that bummed that I didn't land it. Even though, I mean, I wish I could have. But anyway, I mean, that's it. That was pretty fun. I mean, learned a couple of tricks on the long ledge. I mean, tricks I've never done on that ledge precisely. Like, for example, the shove out of this, like, it's a bit weird because, you know, your up on is pretty low, and then, like, you know, the end of it is much higher than it was in the beginning, so it's a bit like, you know, of adaptation and stuff. Pretty fun. I mean, like, not that hard, but pretty fun to do. I mean, first time too that I'm using it as a like bump to ledge, so it was pretty cool too. I mean, right now, I don't know if you can see it, I think you can. I'm sweating my ass off. Like, I mean, honestly, I mean, it looks like I'm just coming out of the pool. Like, it's just pretty insane. But overall, this session was like actually much fun. And right now, I'm gonna give you like a couple of things that you should never do at the skate park before leaving you with a couple of tips I got yesterday on the small sesh I had at my local park, which I don't really like. I mean, did a couple of ledge tricks, so that's what you'll see after that. But first off, let's get into like things you should never do at the park. I mean, got my phone to help me remember, because I mean, I wrote it down like a couple of days ago, so I don't remember it all. But well, the next one I had for you was actually do not ask everyone to try the board. I mean, like, the reason why I'm saying it is because, like, I met a guy in Geneva, like, it was dope as hell. I mean, like, I loved you, man. You were cool as hell. But it's just like, he asked me to try my board, and I thought about it, like, you know, the way he did it was pretty cool. Like, it was nice. It was okay. But sometimes, you know, I know a lot of, like, kids, young people, I mean, usually tend to, you know, want to try people's board, want to try people's thing. And actually, it's okay, like, as long as you don't overdo it. But I know that sometimes you guys, I mean, you guys, not you, but, like, some people tend to do it a bit too much, and it can get pretty annoying. So I mean, if you know the guy, you can definitely ask him, or the girl, you can definitely ask him or her, like, for the board, to try it out and stuff. Like, it's always good. I mean, sometimes I ask my buddy to try the board to see, you know, like, you know, how they feel and if I should buy them or not. But mainly, you know, like, if you don't know the person, I mean, don't try to borrow the board and then skate with it for an hour. Like, it's not nice. It's only gonna make you look for a weird guy, and people will not be willing to share the board with you then. I mean, honestly, it's gonna look a bit cringy. Like, it's not the type of thing you want to do at the park when you first meet up with everyone. But that's the next one I had for you. Then I thought about it, like, it just don't leave your stuff everywhere. The reason I think about it is because I do it. Like, I just straight up, like, exposing myself right there. I leave my stuff everywhere around the park. And I mean, when it's your local and you know everyone's chill, but when it's not, I mean, it can be honestly like a bump for other people. I mean, like, if you leave your skateboard at some as a spot, like your hat at another one, and like your hoodie somewhere else and stuff, like, it can mess with people's line. It can make you look like a jerk that don't really, you know, pay attention to others. So that's something to avoid doing. I mean, I know that I try to work on it myself. I don't know why I got used to doing it, just mainly because I put my stuff down and then I forget about it. So that's it, and that actually got me to lose a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, I lost so many hats at Skatepark. I lost glasses. My favorite pair of glasses, actually, I lost it over there. Like, it was honestly like a bummer. But just like, just don't leave your stuff everywhere. Just try to find one spot, you know, put everything in there. I mean, if the area is like dangerous too, put it in your bag and keep it like next to you, close to you, just to avoid being robbed or actually, like, you know, making people mad. So that's the third one. I mean, in the same way, I mean, another thing you should try to avoid is to cut people's line off. And how do you do that? It's that, I mean, when you get to a new skate park that you don't know, you try to look for the lines. So basically in my park, it would be like that one, for example. So the rail, then you hit the bank and stuff, and that's one line, one possible line. If you try and do, for example, like flag gun trick, you're not gonna do it there. You're not gonna do it like in the middle of a mini ramp, for example, like, because it's gonna mess with people trying to drop in. It's gonna like lead to collision and stuff. That's not the best thing to do. So maybe try to just, like, you know, when you get to a new skate park, you don't know the place, just try to look where people are going, you know, like if there are some lines that kind of like do a lot, try to avoid being in there for flag gun stuff, for basically anything, as long as you're not eating the line yourself. I mean, like, if you're doing that, just go for it. But it's just like, yeah, just to avoid being like seen as a jerk, don't stay in people's way for hours. It's gonna just make people mad. So that's the next thing. That's kind of like an unspoken rule, but I mean, I think that all those things are just like pretty much common sense, but sometimes when you get to a skate park for the first time, just like, you don't think about it, but just say, like, it's not in a bad way, just like, you don't think about all that, just like, it's the first time there, you just try and enjoy, you do pretty much everything that people don't like. After a while, you're like, yeah, I was like that too. And you just trying to tell people just to, you know, avoid them feeling like assholes and just like not meeting people, because sometimes it can ruin some relationship, but like, that's some point. But anyway, then, I mean, next thing to avoid is, oh yeah, so then the next thing to avoid is actually to hate on people who are doing all the sports. So I know that this is a thing some people tend to do, mainly car skater, I mean, car BMX or too. I know scooter rider don't do that much, but it's just like hating on people that just do something else. Just, why would you do that? I mean, honestly, whether you ride a scooter or BMX, like a dirt bike or anything at a skate park, as long as you're respectful, like, I don't know why people would hate on that. I mean, if you're a BMX rider, like, just don't hate on skateboards. They, yeah, just like you're trying to have fun. Like, you know, if you're a skater, just like don't hate on scooters and stuff. I mean, if they're scooter kids, that's another thing, but we don't talk about that. But like, just like don't really hate on that. And maybe if you see scooter kids, just don't think about it like, you know, oh, that guy rides a scooter. It's just like, you know, just gonna bother me and stuff. No, just go to him and just teach him these rules. Just tell him or her, you know, yeah, don't snake people. You should raise your hand when you want to drop in or stuff like that. I know that we did that at my local skate park actually in a bowl because it was getting pretty dangerous, and it worked out fine. Like, just like the young kids, at first they were just like snaking everyone's step. At some point after we told them, like, you know, 2 or 3 times, they started to raise their hand to tell us, like, you know, when they wanted to drop in, to look around and stuff, and like it became a much better, like, you know, feeling around the park. But anyway, right, time to go back to skating. In the other session, I'll coach you guys back to end the video right after that. Let's go.
You can let me know, you know I will show. Now we're sipping the Bordeaux, with you through it all, winter to the fall. You just make the call, yeah, I'm in it for it all. I'm in it for the love, cause love needs to touch it.
Yo guys, so I've just changed, and I mean right now I'm getting ready to get in car. I'm not trying to wreck it, so I had to get another shot because I was just like way too sweaty to get in the car. But anyway, I mean, right now, time to end the video. And I mean, I hope you enjoyed this couple of feedback I got in Antoine. Actually, I tried on my crooked grind a lot that day. I mean, landed a couple that I was kind of stoked on. I mean, a long one, which you probably saw. Yeah, it felt overall pretty good to train that trick because I just like it. Trained also my nose grind, nose slide, I think. I mean, I don't really remember, but yeah, I mean, like because I want to get more of those in the future because I don't really do that trick and I think it looks good. I mean, tell me what you think about this trick. Like, do you like that doing it, or do you like, you know, the way it looks? I don't know. I mean, I just kind of like it these days. I mean, I don't do it often, so right now I'm trying to, you know, like get it in my mind to do one at least every session. I totally forgot today, by the way, but anyway, like that's just like my new like focus right now. Anyway, right now time to get into the end of the video. I mean, I'm gonna give you like a couple extra rules which you're gonna have to follow. And I mean, remember, like skateboarding is a free sport, so you're gonna do whatever the hell you want. Just to keep everyone's talk level like I just try to avoid doing that. But if you've been doing it, like, it's fine. Just like, you know, sometimes you don't do it on purpose, just like you don't know that it's wrong to do it, or you just like don't think about it. It even happens to me sometimes. I've been skating for a little bit, so it's just like don't bother too much about it, just like know about it and try to avoid doing it as much as possible. And right now, I mean, time to get into the last couple of, like, you know, things you should avoid. Actually, the next one I got is when you skate and you fall. That's gonna sound like weird, I know, but when you fall, first of all, try to not stay on the ground for too long because someone might be right behind you and wreck you. Because actually, like, imagine you're doing a ball slide, for example, and you just like fall off a thing and you get hurt, like, you know, you feel like you're not good, but nothing's broken. Just try to get up and just like get off the spot because someone might be just right behind you doing a ball slide, and if he slips out or if he lands it on your face, I mean, it can be pretty painful. So just like try to think about it, just to like for your safety, not even for, like, you know, not bothering people, because I feel like, you know, when you're getting hurt, you don't really care about that, but it's just like, you know, try to think about it for your own safety and to not get hurt because of just like, you know, laying down and crying over your spell. I mean, it's just like try to get up, check yourself, check it with your friend, check if you're okay or not. Or actually, if you can walk, I mean, Travis Pastrana, I know, says that it's just like when you fail, just wake up. If you fall back then right away, it means something is broken, and at least you will know it right away. I mean, that's not the smartest way to do it, but that's a way. But just like last thing I think I add for you guys on that, I mean, yeah, it was just like overall be a nice human being. Try to think about not messing up people's line, on not messing up people's days. Actually, on overall everything's gonna be fine. Other than that, I mean, don't ever forget, skateboarding is fun, skateboarding is freedom. It's basically so freaking cool. So just have fun, enjoy, and try to meet new buddies, to skate with them, and I can assure you you're gonna love it. So just like try to be nice, and you'll see, you'll enjoy every single you spend on the board after that. And even though it can be pretty hard at first, pretty frustrating, and you feel like, you know, you're never gonna get there, I mean, after a couple of months of skating, you'll see you will just love it so much. I mean, like, honestly, if you give it your best, you'll see skateboarding is the best thing ever. I mean, overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, it was a pretty fun one. First session back after getting a pretty bad heel bruise, so I had to keep it like pretty chill. But I mean, still managed to get a couple of tricks, I've never done in that park. So it felt pretty good overall. I mean, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, to subscribe to the channel, and maybe tell me what topic you'd like me to cover next. I don't know. It's like I thought about that because actually I messed up waxing a rail at the skatepark in Geneva last time. I mean, it made me think about, you know, like stuff, because I didn't know people were skating it, and I just like did it out of nowhere, and a dude came to me and was like, yeah man, please don't wax the rail, and I was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, yeah, I know that I did the mistake, so most people must do it. And then I thought about a couple of stuff that I saw people doing that day, and I see people do, like, you know, on the daily basis, and I thought, you know, like, why not do that? Do that video. But I mean, if you got any topic you'd like me to talk about, make sure to tell me in the comments. I mean, I might be covering that. I mean, just right before ending it, this message is just like for the parents bringing their kids to the skate park. Please, if you bring your kids to the skate park, first off, don't do it if there's a lot of people there. It's just gonna mess people's day up so bad, because actually your kids don't know what they're doing, and they might actually get injured because someone might eat them. And it's not gonna be the fault of the people eating them, it's gonna be their fault because they just like cut the line and stuff. Like everything I talked about, they do it all in one time. But that's just like a little message to the parents. Actually, if you want to bring them, just bring them on like a day when there's not a lot of people. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna have fun. Yeah, let's go, guys. See you. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere for real. But anyway, let's go, guys. I mean, other than that, that was a little message to the parents. And if you enjoyed the video, again, smash the like button. Don't do it twice though, because 10 likes. When it's 10 likes, I'm not happy. But that was weird. Anyway, let's go. See you in the next video. Peace.